Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, happy Thursday, man.
Thanks. How you doing?
Can't complain, can't complain. Weekend is fast upon us. Another weekend of boxing is upon us. Fights in Monaco, fights in the UK, fights in San Antonio, Texas. So why don't we go over there first, my friend? PBC, remember them?
My dude, they put on a great card this weekend.
They are putting on a card this weekend, $79 if you want to buy it. $79 on Amazon, which doesn't promote it, which doesn't really share it with anybody. If you
Mhm.
don't know it's there, you wouldn't know. Probably the worst broadcasting deal in the history of any sports. Would you agree or disagree?
I don't know if it's the worst, but yeah, they don't.
Recent history.
Amazon doesn't do enough to promote it. I mean, I get their deal is just that they can just use the platform to stream and buy the pay. I don't think Amazon puts any money into it, and that's why they're not promoting it. I assume. Great
Yeah.
card though. Good for you, Al Heyman, man. This is a really, really good card.
Well, look, we're going to break down some of these fights, but we have a fight card here this weekend. And on a weekend where there's not much going on per se in North America in terms of fights and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So, this is a great opportunity. No one's really in your space. You have full control of the narrative here. We got
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz coming up against LaMONT ROACH. LaMONT fighting for the first time since, some can argue, beat Tank.
Mm-hmm.
You have also Lara fighting here with Janabek for the WBO IBFWA middleweight unification. Oshiki Foster versus Stephen Fulton. This fight, third time's the charm. Hopefully, we get it this weekend, right? They've
Yeah.
already been booked twice. They were supposed to be on the undercard of the Lamont and Tank rematch. Then
Mm-hmm.
they were supposed to go on the undercard of the um Sebastian Fundora fight, but that got canceled due to his hand injury. So here we are now. And finally, Jesus Ramos against Shane Mosley Jr. I love this one particularly. I'm looking forward to this one the most, primarily for the fact you got two young dudes putting it all on the line here tonight or on Saturday night. So why don't we start with that one, man? How do you see that fight coming
Well,
together?
I wouldn't say Mosey's that young. He's 34, but he's not old. But I hear what you're saying. Let's do a quick tail to tape breakdown here. Southpaw versus Orthodox adds intrigue with Mosey's 3-inch height and 5-inch reach advantage. Edges favoring the distance control via sharp jab and a straight right, aiming to frustrate Ramos's forward marches, which he loves to do. Ramos is naturally smaller, but don't be mistaken. He's got an 83% KO knockout. So 83% of the time, Ramos knocks you out. So Mosey's got to be very careful of that. Ramos will look to close the gaps with feints, body work, and explosive left hooks, targeting Mosey's untested chin. Mosey's never been stopped. Mosey's plan, he's going to circle and counter and outbox over the 12 rounds, leveraging his 16th month layoff. Who knows how long he's fought? A year and a half. We don't know how long this can play for Mosley.
And he's
Ramos will counter with relentless pressure, potentially turning this into the war if he can pin the taller man.
well, I look at it from this perspective, and
One more
your
thing I just want to
breakdown.
finish off. Here's the betting odds. This will kind of give us some idea of where they're at here. So Ramos's youth and power makes him a massive favorite here. Ramos Jr. is a minus 1,200 favorite, which means he's got a 92% chance to win, according to the Vegas Sharps. Shane Mosley to win, plus 700. $100 will pay you $700 if you want to take that chance. 12% chance to win. A draw, 5% chance, plus 2,000. So that's where it's at. Take it away, buddy.
Yeah, no, I mean, the younger man against the older one. I guess you could say that. I can see that now to a certain
Mm-hmm.
extent. And yes, Ramos has been a lot more active this year. This is what, second or third fight of the year coming
Something
into
like
this
that,
one,
yeah.
right? Right. So he has been active. I think everything is pointing towards him, but just because of the legacy, the pedigree that Shane Mosley comes from, you can never count the man out, right? I
No.
mean, anything can happen here. This is the tough one. This is why I'm saying this is the pick 'em fight for me tonight. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, the other two could be pick 'em fights too, but this one in particular, for some reason, it just kind of stands out to me. I love Ramos's aggression, and I'm kind of curious to see how Shane is going to be able to handle that,
Yeah.
especially with a lot of time off. If he doesn't get his shit off early, in my opinion, he doesn't stand a chance
It's going
here.
to be a short night.
But that being said, that time off, how long will it take him to get back up to speed? We've talked about it. You train people. Training is one thing, sparring is one thing, but being under the lights, being in the moment, being in the ring, getting the full impact of those
Yeah.
shots,
All
it
the
changes
pressure.
everything, right? So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think this is one fight that a lot of people are not going to be paying attention to, and it's going to deliver. So my advice to everybody for this one in particular, make sure you stick around for it, man.
Yeah, it should
Make
be
sure
fun.
you sit here and watch this fight.
And I'm a big fan of Shane Mosley because the junior's dad, but I got Ramos finishing him off. Round 6, round 7, I think Ramos is going to put it down. Now,
Yeah,
Mosley's never been down. He's never been down. He's never been knocked out. So that's not going to be easy.
no, it's
Like
not
you
going to
said,
be
it's going to be an
easy.
awesome fight.
But again, you're coming in with this Mexican power puncher who has no fear right now. You know what I mean? He's on a roll. He's beating everybody that they're putting in front of him. He's doing it convincingly. He's doing it nicely. He's doing it clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how can he comes from the family of Abel Ramos, friend of our show.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
this
It's
is
going to be
a
fun.
younger guy and it should be a fun fight, man. I think I don't think anyone should be surprised if Sugar wins, but I don't think anyone should be surprised if he loses either.
That's fair.
Right? That's I think the best way to put it. It's Ramos's fight to lose.
Yeah, he's a heavy favorite for a reason.
Right? It's his fight to lose. If he doesn't come in prepared with his game plan, if Mosley's able to get something off early on that round and change the dynamic of the fight completely. So I think the first 3 to 4 rounds will tell us everything we need to know going into the rest of that fight. All right, let's move on. Oshiki Foster versus Stephen Fulton. Man, as I said at the top, this fight has been postponed twice already. Finally, December 6th, we're going to get it. This should be fun.
This is a stock card, man. Like I'm really impressed with what they're doing here.
Yeah, no, this should be a fun fight. That being said, I have a feeling that Oshiki Foster is going to finally step into a wall here, man. He's been like, look, his last 2-3 fights, in my opinion, he's just scraped by.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the victories. He's got the wins. That's all you need at the end of the day, right? People are going to look at your records. They're not going to go back and look at the fights per se.
Yeah.
But would you agree or disagree that he didn't look great in his last couple of fights? Like, yeah, he looked better in his last fight, but not that great. Not much better than what I expected him to be, considering he looked very pedestrian before that.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. Let me break this down here a little quick here, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. We'll do a quick tail to tape breakdown here that I did. This is pure skill versus skill affair. I thought that was a catchy title. 2'5'8", both guys are 5'8", same height. Orthodox technicians. Foster switches his stances from orthodox to southpaw, but he's technically an orthodox fighter.
Yeah.
But both have minimal power. Neither exceeds 52% KO rate. So I'm thinking we're going to see a decision here. I don't think anyone is fearing the other one's power. But elite footwork and timing. Foster has a 1.5-inch reach edge and a natural 130-pound frame that let him dictate distance with a stiff jab and straight rights, using his feints to bait reactions from unleashing counters to frustrate Fulton's advances. His plans are going to be bank early rounds as a cleaner boxer, outwork Fulton late with superior cardio, and exploit any size drain from the weight jump from Fulton. So this is it's a tough fight, man. It's very close. The odds makers have it almost 50-50. They're giving a slight edge to Oshaki Foster to win. But this can go either way.
Well, I'm looking at this here, okay? I'm just going back here. I'm just looking at Foster's, or sorry, Fulton's fights here. The one name on here that I find very interesting, this only loss, has been to Inoue.
Yeah,
right?
No shame in that.
Huh?
No shame in that.
No. But what I'm saying is I think he brings in an advantage of having that loss on his docket because he's better prepared for it.
Yeah.
Right? So as good as Ashiki has been, I'm looking at this and I just don't think he's fought the quality of fighters that Fulton has over his time. I mean, Brandon Figueroa, big name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just going down his list here a little bit here, it's just like I just think the edge goes to Fulton.
Yeah, he's definitely fought better competition for sure.
Right? So
same age, same height, basically.
I'm not gonna say it's a gimme. I would lean more towards Fulton myself.
It's so hard
It's
to
a tough
call.
one, right?
I you could see a draw out of this one. I don't think it's going to be a draw, but if it's any
No,
fight, we're going to get
potentially.
a draw. It's going to be this one.
Dude, out of these two fights that we've talked about, the more we talk about this one, it seems to be very similar to the Ramos and
Well, Ramos, I think he's going to win. I'm like
no, I know
90%
what you
confident, but
mean,
this
but
one I'm not.
this one could be this could be the pick'em of the night, actually, now that I hear myself talk.
I would think if I had to, put some money on, I'm going to edge Osheki Foster with a close split decision. But either way, this can go either way. It's 50-50. It's going to be a fun fight.
We both agree Ramos will probably win.
Yeah, 100% with Ramos.
Okay, we both are. Well, I'm going Fulton. You're going Ushiki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair play. All right, let's move on to the main event of the night. And this match is not the gimme that I think a lot of people think it's going to be. LaMONT ROACH coming off his, I guess it's a defeat, but I'll say it's a victory against Tank Davis, against the interim champion, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who had an amazing outing. And a lot of people feel that he even beat Tank to a certain extent.
Yeah,
I mean, that's arguable. That's arguable. Yeah. That's more arguable than the LaMONT one. I think LaMont's clearly won that one. But what do you see in this one, man? Because I don't see this being as easy as it is.
We got a swarmer versus the boxers. That's how I see it. Cruz's forward marching aggression will test Roach's ability to maintain distance in this move up and weight. Expect Cruz to cut off the ring, trap Roach on the ropes with looping hooks, and target the body to zap his legs and exploit the size jump. Roach has a 4-inch reach edge, and he counters with a piston-like jab. It's a very, very good jab to keep Cruz at bay. Pivot out of pockets and land straight rights while frustrating the Mexican's rhythm, much like he did against Tank Davis. This fight it's going to be a fun fight. If you ask me to pick the winner, I think LaMONT ROACH will beat him. I think LaMONT ROACH is going to win the decision. But then again, with Pitbull, you never know what the guy, he comes right at you, right? What a fun
he comes right at you.
What a main event.
And that's the difference here between Tank and Pitbull, where people say, yeah, Tank comes at you, but he puts his hands down. He gives you openings.
One more thing, last little piece here. Cruz thrives in those phone booth wars, but it can be outboxed if kept outside, like Venezuela did to him. Roach's movement shines against pressure fighters, but the weight hike could slow him down. So we're going to see.
Yeah, no, potentially. Yeah, no, I think the key word here, and if they're training for this kind of a fight, they're training on the outside. All their training, everything should be, from attacking from the outside, stick and jab, move, and, frustrate the young guy, right?
Yeah.
But reality of it is, this guy's, like you said, they don't call him Pitbull for no reason. This guy will swarm.
Fun to watch.
So this is why I'm saying this is a tough one too. Pitbull has something to prove. You got LaMONT coming off a super high here where he's on top of the world. Everything that Tank is doing is just proving LaMONT to be more and more what we already think of Tank.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, it's hard to separate the boxer from the man in this situation because he just keeps doing it. Like, yes, he's the one doing it, but he should have the people around him to stop him or guide him. You know what I mean?
He does. He doesn't listen.
Yeah, well, then that's on him,
right?
Listen.
He's like when Ryan Garcia went off the rails, you had De La Hoya telling him, "Hey, cut it out." When Teofimo went crazy, Bob Arum called him in the office. Hey, Teo, no. These guys don't want to listen. You got guys of Bob Arum's stature and elk telling you, "Hey, Teo, calm it down." Teo has calmed it down. And by the way, speaking of Teo, great transition. He's going to fight Shakur Stevenson. That's going to happen. That's
January.
That's a fun fight.
No, before we talk about that, let's just talk about this one thing very quickly. Stephen Fulton versus Osheki Foster, both top rank guys fighting on a PBC card. Just let that sink in. Get your TV deal, Top Rank. Come on.
They are. They say in January. I don't know what they're doing.
No, I appreciate that, but this should be on their ledger, on their docket. It shouldn't be their. You know what I mean? This fight should have happened 2 weeks ago when Top Rank did their Tubi show.
Yeah. Top Rank Classics. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Just saying. Top Rank is dropping the ball, and because
Same of Theo, right? Theo's Top Rank. He's fighting.
No, but dude, think about look. We're in media, okay? We do podcasts. If we don't release this in a timely fashion or manner, we're releasing information and data to people that they don't need anymore.
It's already done. Yeah.
right? That's why we always have to be on top of everything. So if you think about it, that's just at our level, and we're at a minimal level. We're at the small, we're at the small level.
Oh yeah.
Company like Top Rank, how much money are they losing every day by not having the most important thing that your company needs?
They might actually be saving some money because they don't got to put up all the costs for the pay-per-views and rent these big arenas. They're just lending out his fighters. So like I almost see what Bob Arum's doing.
No, I get that, but the longer you do that, people's attention spans are so short. People are so fickle. The longer you sit on the sidelines like this, as soon as you emerge, people aren't going to grasp.
They'll counter that and say, "Well, we're working with all promotions, so our fighters fight the best fighters," and that's what they're saying. You and I both know they don't want to do that. They want a TV deal. I agree.
I get that completely. I know, and I know how they're going to word it. But you know what though? This is where Top Rank, this is where Matchroom, this is where Queensberry shine and slip away from everyone else. I mean, you're not making a good argument for North American promotions right now. I'm sorry to say.
Thanks for bringing that up, because next Tuesday our boxing show is going to be a live debate. We're going to do North America versus the UK, and it's going to be a fantasy booking matchup. So we'll pick 6 fighters that we like. They're going to pick their 6 fighters, one from each division that we selected, and we're going to make a fantasy booking. So for instance, if we say Muhammad Ali and they say Lennox Lewis, we're going to debate who would win and why. And it's going to be so much fun next week because these guys are passionate, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It gives us enough time to research it and put it together and whatnot. But yeah, look, Guy, I love it. We have Jay Opatea fighting this weekend as well, but he's in Australia. Unfortunately for us, that's at 3:00 in the morning, man.
Yeah, I'm not getting up to watch that. Watch it when I get up.
No, I'll watch that in
when we get up. Yeah,
and we have that. Also, we got a card in Monaco with Johnny Fisher on it as well, so that's happening as well. So yeah, man, boxing all around the world. If you need to see it, if you need your fix, you can get it. If you're going to the washroom at 3:00 on Saturday morning, you can probably turn on the TV and catch that fight somewhere.
Yeah.
Should be interesting to see. All right, Chance, anything happening in the world of professional? Oh, no, let's go back. Teo Shakur, man. I mean, we'll break it down in more detail as we get close to it. I'm curious to see what the rest of that card looks like. This should be a fun fight. I don't have any concerns.
It's going to be a fun lead up to the fight.
Honestly, I have no issues with what Shakur is going to do because I'm pretty self-confident in what he's going to do, what his game plan is going to be. I think for me, what's more interesting is which Teo is going to show up. The current Teo that seems to be more level-headed than everyone else, or crazy Teo?
You never know with him. I would assume level-headed Teo. I think he's reined it in, but you never know. They're going to have some fun press conferences. The trash talk is going to be really good. This will be Shakur's hardest fight to date, in my opinion. I hope Teo wins. Shakur will be the favorite because, he's technically a better boxer, but watch out for Teo because he's got some power. He can be tricky. I hope Teo wins. I'm not going to lie. I like Teo. He's nice. When I met him, he's good to me. Humble guy. I didn't realize how small he is. They stand beside him, but man, he's good to his fans. I know he doesn't shoot stuff, but he's a good guy. Treated us well.
I like both of them. Right?
Well, I don't hate Shakur. If you ask me to pick
no, I appreciate what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I like both of them. So for me, going into this, it's kind of best case scenario would be a draw, because that way then both guys get something out of it, right?
I just like how Teo. This is a lineup of fans, 20, 30 of us on the casino floor. He wasn't annoyed. Yeah. And I wasn't even going to go over to him. It's kind of like I was in the line, I was kind of standing on the side having a beer, and he saw me. He saw my Top Rank, and he knew like I was in the vicinity. He said, "Hey," I went over, we chatted for like 30 seconds, took a picture, and I was always super humble guy.
No, dude, you got him first, and then I got him outside. I don't know why I was outside and you were inside, but for whatever reason, I was outside. I caught him out there, off to the side, and I ended up having like this great 5 to 10 minute conversation with the guy.
That's the part that Vegas and Hawken doesn't get. If you go to the fights and you wait till 12, 1, 2 in the morning, all these guys are on the floor.
Oh, dude, that night, I think that was the night that I showed you what Bobby Sampson can do with the bottle.
Yeah, you went all night.
You went to bed. I stayed up. Nate Diaz came out at 4 in the morning.
There you go.
Shakur was walking around at 4 in the morning. It was quiet, and I guess that's the time they came out, but I caught them at that time, right? So, I saw them and everything. But yeah, All right, so we got that fight coming up. We got Jake Paul coming up in a couple weeks too. We'll break that down in more detail as we get there.
Oh yeah, we got Katie Taylor and Ronda Rousey. That's gonna be fun
Katie
too.
Taylor versus Ronda Rousey. I hope Katie Taylor beats the tar out of her.
You know, honestly, I don't really care who wins that fight. I don't nothing against Ronda, nothing against Katie. I just want to see.
I have nothing. Yeah, I have nothing against either lady, but I just think Ronda is quickly becoming the Bret Hart of female combat athletes.
No, I agree. So what's going to be fun is
that's what's
fight. The trash talk is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's what's deterring me away from from her is take nothing away from her accomplishments. She's a pioneer.
Yeah.
Without Ronda Rousey, there would not be the level of MMA in women's MMA would not be at the level that it is today. Right? Credit is where credit is due, right? She was so good because no one was at her level. Tiger Woods was so good because nobody was at his level. But the younger guys that came up after him started to study him. The girls that came up after her studied her. That's just about to happen. But just the way she carries herself now, the way she talks about people, the way she's a poor me victim all of a sudden, it's kind of off-putting.
I think the one mistake that Vince made with Ronda in WWE was like he was trying to make her the female Brock Lesnar. That's what I would have done. The only thing I didn't like, it was rowdy Ronda Rousey. Why are you using a gimmick that was used by Piper? I don't care if she's the biggest fan.
That was her. That was all her.
I know, but I would have said no. You're your own. Brock Lesnar's not coming there saying I'm Brock Hogan, I'm Brock Warrior. No, I'm Brock Lesnar. You're Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
You don't need to coattail off of Piper. You're a bigger star than Piper is. You're more well known than Roddy Piper, like globally. Yeah. You don't need that. And this rowdy stuff, and she wore the jacket, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I get it. Trust me.
Hindsight's 2020.
No. I get that, but I just think and during her UFC run, all that kind of stuff, I had nothing negative to say about her. It's all this off-color stuff that she's saying now. Like, what's Joe Rogan ever done to you? I'm not defending Joe Rogan. He doesn't need me to defend him, but I'm just saying, what's Rogan ever done to you?
Well, she's trying to say that
she's hating on Vince. She's hating on Dana. Without these two guys, you wouldn't have that fucking 20-acre farm that you live on, woman.
I know.
Just saying. Be grateful to the hands that fed you.
Yeah.
Yes, you put the work in. Yes, you're the one who fought. But you know what? You could be fighting on Invictus somewhere where no one sees you.
Let's get this straight. She hates the biggest podcaster in the world and one of the best broadcasters ever in combat sports. Joe Rogan is as good as anybody that breaks down boxing or breaks down UFC. You know what I mean? Amazing at that. Okay. Yeah. Then you hate the number one promoter of all time in MMA, Dana White. And then you hate the number one promoter of all time in wrestling. Come on, man. They've never said a bad word about you. Actually, they were so happy.
And if anything, Dana White said, I'm not interested in women's MMA.
He did, yeah.
He said that. Remember?
Yeah.
And he brought her in and she changed the dynamic, okay? Ronda and Conor, in my opinion, are the two biggest draws that the UFC's ever had.
I think it's GSP and Brock have drawn more than Conor, but yeah, I know what you mean.
In terms of numbers overall, even Brock didn't draw those kind of numbers that Conor and Ronda did.
I think, well,
you know what I mean? I'm just talking about mainstream popularity. Those are your two biggest stars.
Brock and GSP, but I know what you mean.
No, Conor holds a record for it, man. I think he holds the top three.
I'm not 100% sure I have to check. I know the boxing one is Manny and Floyd. Well, I'll check it.
No, that's boxing. I'm talking the MMA.
No, I know. I don't know the MMA numbers.
Yeah. Conor rules it.
He's definitely up there for sure. Absolutely.
And
his whiskey is very good too. He makes good whiskey.
Conor, yeah, I have a bottle downstairs which I still haven't opened.
Good.
I've had it for 2 years. I wonder what it tastes like now.
Good quality. Very good.
Cool. We'll crack it open one day.
Yeah, it's very good. You won't be disappointed.
Ronda Rousey was afforded every opportunity. But she did her part too. She filled every stadium. Yes. She did everything. She deserves everything she gets. I'm not taking any of that away from her. I just don't like people bitching and complaining about stuff that makes no sense. Like, you've gotten everything. What more do you want, woman?
Vince booked you to the top. Dana White put you on the top. Joe Rogan's had nothing but praise for you.
Show up and are on like one of the main events of WrestleMania that same year.
Exactly.
Right? You come back, you win everything, you dominate everything just because you don't want someone to beat you? Come on, man. It's wrestling,
I know.
right? Like, and talk has it like either she's going to come back for this boxing fight or she's coming back for another MMA fight.
She'll come back into wrestling one day.
I don't know. She seems really bitter.
She does, but we've had so many bitter people that have come in and come
True,
out, right?
but women are different. And I apologize. I don't mean this in a mean way or nothing, but women do these things differently.
Okay, here we go. So I just quickly grokked this baby in. These are the top 5 MMA pay-per-views of all time. Number 1, 2.4 million views, UFC 229, Khabib versus McGregor.
Yeah.
Number 2, UFC 202, 1.6 million, Diaz versus McGregor. Number 3, Poirier versus McGregor, 1.6 million. Number 4, Poirier versus McGregor 3, 1.5 million. And rounded out, McGregor versus Diaz, 1.3 million. McGregor has top 8 pay-per-views all time.
Exactly, which is what I'm saying. So McGregor is the John Cena of that place.
Oh, hands down. Yeah.
Right? You know,
Lesnar's number 10 with Lesnar versus Mir.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
McGregor's the star by
McGregor
far.
is by far the biggest thing in MMA. They have not been able, we talk about WWE not creating stars. These guys haven't done shit since McGregor.
Well, they have some guys around,
nobody's been able to do what McGregor has. Just saying.
No, he's so charismatic.
Dude, there's guys out there that are so much better in the ring and so much better in the octagon, skill-wise, everything. Absolutely. McGregor doesn't stand a chance against 90% of the roster now.
He knows how to sell the fights and get people interested. That's the thing.
That's it, right? I mean, I think the biggest star they have right now, I know we're a boxing show, but I think the biggest star they got, in my opinion, is Merab. Merab is the only guy that brings, like, oh, Merab's fighting? I love that guy. I just love his energy. He's the closest thing right now. There's nobody there.
Well, Jones is a big star when he fights.
Yeah, but Jones doesn't look. Does he hold any records? He's a big name in MMA. He's got the
most heavyweight title defenses, something like that.
Who?
Mir. Okay, no, Jones. I mean,
John Jones.
Yeah.
How? He's only defended it once.
Not heavyweight. No, most
light heavyweight
title defenses. I meant to say.
No, I get that, but still, at the same time, his name doesn't translate into pay-per-views. People aren't buying it with his name.
Not really. He doesn't fight enough.
He did
a lot of.
So this is why I have a problem with John Jones. Is how can you be calling for $10 million for a fight when you're not bringing that kind of money in?
Yeah, he's
you pay that to McGregor because he's bringing everything in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Well, I hear you on that.
So we talk about WWE not creating stars. Well, UFC is time. You guys got to step up.
They got good fighters like Makachev, and they got Aspinall and stuff. He's still injured with the eye, by the way.
Hey, look, if you're into MMA, then you know all these guys. We know these guys because we're into combat sports. Do we know MMA better than we do boxing? I'm going to say no, I don't.
No, me too. Yeah, I agree.
But I know enough about MMA to hold my weight against anybody if I have to.
Yeah.
Right? What's UFC done since 2013, 2015? Since 2015, they've had almost 10 years now. They've not been able to create anyone. No one's been able to pick up.
I think it's hard. It's hard to fight game too because you're short. This is a real fight. You can have the belt for like a week and then you get.
I get that, but Conor didn't really have. Conor had belts, but he rarely defended them. Right? He's never defended.
He's a good showman, right?
Yeah, like Ian Gary has now more victories than Conor McGregor as an Irishman, right?
Yeah.
So
Conor's got that charisma. He's like a Tyson Fury. It's just everything he says is charismatic, stomping around.
Phenomenal. All right, brother man. Anything happened in the world of boxing history, Canadian or international?
Yeah, I'm going to bring this up here. This is from Team BC and the Amateur Boxing Championships that
pretty cool.
Just had last weekend. So Team BC showed up with heart, discipline, and grit, coming home with 15 medals, 4 gold and 1 silver. I'm going to just read out the gold medalists and the silver, all 5 here. Huge congratulations to our medalists. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name right. This is a tricky one. Gold medalist, Nyasha Nakiri, Shauna O'Callahan, Brian Caldwell, Brandon Horkoff, and finally, silver medal, Autumn Smiley. The BC Nationals boxing didn't do bad. 5 medals. Pretty good.
Is it just me or is that female dominated?
There's 3 there.
3 out of the 5.
3 out of the 5. Yeah. Okay. And then we got some American boxing history here. They pull it right up. I was going to go up 1895, but we're going to go to the year 2000. It's a little more updated. Felix Tito Trinidad thrashed Fernando Vargas in a classic brawl as he unified the WBA and IBF junior middleweight titles in a truly brutal 12th round TKO at the beautiful Mandalay Resort Casino in Las Vegas this week in boxing history, the year 2000. One and only Tito, who I've talked to a few times trying to get him on the show. You know, he said, yeah, he will, but he never gets back when official. So one day.
No, 100%.
And next week, everybody, we got a big show. We're going Team UK versus America, Team America, North America.
Looking forward to it. Speaking of something here,
and these UK guys are passionate. They hold their boxers to their heart more dearly than we do for whatever the reason, and so it could get testy. It's gonna be fun. I like it.
It should be interesting. Now, all these guys that we're picking, they're all in their prime, going up against their prime version.
Prime versus prime fantasy matchup.
Okay. Let's talk about prime very quickly before we go off the air. I know we've already covered all the other bases, but Usyk is targeting Deontay Wilder.
Why?
He's getting slammed. He's getting slammed for it.
Yeah, he's saying is Wilder an all-time heavyweight great in the last 10 years? Of course he was. When Tyson Fury fought him 8 years ago. Now the guy can barely move. His legs are, yeah, he's got that one punch power. Not anymore.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. Like I said, I mean,
I know Cruz is trying to think. He's like, I beat Fury, I beat Joshua, I beat all the old guard. Okay, we all know, even Wilder knows you can beat him. Fight somebody else. We don't want to see that.
Honestly, I think I'd rather see him fight Wardley.
I think he'll back out of it because he's going to see the reaction. I think he should have just said, I wish I could have fought Wilder.
If he fights Wardley, does that make him 3 times undisputed heavyweight champion then?
I guess so.
Because he's walking around with the 3. He reunites them all together again. What's the point of even stripping him then if you're going to make him the guy who's going to fight for the belt next?
I don't know. Try to force his hand to get him to fight. I don't think that you're going to see the Wilder fight, and I'll tell you why. Because the promoters are not going to put up the money for it. So you can ask to fight Wilder at 41 or whatever it is, but the promoters have to put up the money for the purse, and they're not going to put up the money for the purse because nobody wants to see it. 5 years ago would have been great.
If Turkey doesn't want to put up the money, no one's going to put up the money.
Yeah, no, none of the American guys put up the money for that.
No, that's just a pointless fight. I'm sorry to say. He's a shell of himself. Tyson Fury is a shell of himself. Those two guys destroyed each other. I don't care what anybody says. We saw the effects of it on Deontay much earlier than we did on Fury.
Yeah, Fury lasted even better.
Okay, but the reality it is, and I'm gonna go on record and say this. You can clip this. If he didn't fight Wilder 3 times, if he only fought him once, he would have beaten Usyk.
Yeah, when he rocked him with that in the 6th round, or we would have finished him. Yeah,
he would have beaten Usyk. I'm talking about Fury. One of those two, maybe
Fury,
not both.
Fury and Wilder took many years off their life with that absolutely amazing.
And it only we only saw it, in my opinion, on Fury when he fought Usyk.
You can see him slowing down. A little reflex, a little bit slow.
The reality of it is, based on the size and everything, that shouldn't have happened.
I know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that proves boxing is not fixed.
No, it's not fixed. Maybe at the lower level, you get a couple of goofballs, but yeah.
Just throwing it out there just to show you, like, look at the size. That's David and Goliath, if there ever was a modern day David and Goliath, right? All right. Let's wrap this puppy up, brother man. It is Thursday. The weekend is upon us. We're a few weeks away from Christmas. So things are going to slow down. We're going to start getting ready. We have the awesome debate show next Tuesday for you guys. After that, we'll probably come at you guys with our year-end review, or should we do that for the new year?
No, just whatever you want to do. We can do it before the end of the year.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, so we'll go from there. Everything is beautiful. Please drive safe, drive carefully. Roads are slick in the morning. I saw that firsthand yesterday. So, or the other day, sorry. So please be careful with that. Also, keep fighting hard, work hard for your dreams, believe in yourself, believe in your abilities. Do not give up the good fight, because the minute you stop fighting, you're just proving everybody who doesn't want to see you win.
Yep.
All right. So that being said, we got you. You need anything, we'll try to help you. Samp&Chance got your back. We'll see you guys next week.